Welcome to another Diablo 2 Resurrected preparation video. With this video, we are more than halfway done with all the classes. For today, we are going to be going over the Amazon. In my opinion, Amazons are one of the weaker classes when it comes to endgame PvP and PvE. The class still has some very fun builds and can farm things like the cow level with extreme efficiency. In the early game, I highly recommend going bow skills. I'll explain why once we get into the gearing options. I am sure it is going to sound like a broken record, but as with every other class, you are going to put only the bare minimum of points into strength and dexterity as are needed to equip your gear. The rest of your points will be dumped into vitality. Prioritizing mana leech or mana after kill on gear are your best options for sustain, as well as chugging those mana potions. The Boazon has access to some of the most interesting skills in the game. Critical Strike gives an increasing percent chance based on talent points spent for your abilities to deal double damage. It starts having serious diminishing returns after 5 or 6 points, so don't overspend in the early game. At level 18, Penetrate simply adds to your attack rating. Level 30 gets you access to the Pierce skill. This skill gives your attacks a chance to pierce the enemy and continue on to hit other enemies. It starts receiving hard diminishing returns at 5 points spent as well. Amazon also gets 3 incredibly powerful passive defensive abilities: Dodge, Avoid, and Evade. Dodge gives a percent chance for melee attacks to miss while standing still, while Avoid gives a percent chance for ranged attacks, including spells, to miss while standing still. Evade gives a percent chance for both melee and ranged attacks to miss while running or walking. All 3 abilities have diminishing returns after around level 5 or 6. Finally, let's get into the 2 abilities that really make Boazons shine: Multi-Shot and Guided Arrow. As the name suggests, Multi-Shot fires an arc of arrows based on the level of the skill, and Guided Arrow literally fires a homing arrow. With the Pierce ability, the arrows fired from Multi-Shot can be incredibly powerful AoE by hitting multiple layers of monsters with each arrow. When a Guided Arrow pierces a monster or player, it will come back around and try to hit them again. Multiple procs of Pierce can happen on a single arrow. This interaction is what allows Amazons to be incredibly strong in PvE situations where there are numerous monsters. Now for everyone's favorite part, the gear. One reason I recommend Boazon over Javazon is due to the fact that javelins can't be socketed and therefore cannot be made into rune words. The Zephyr rune word at level 21 is your earliest bow rune word. It is a very solid weapon with some damage, increased attack speed, and very importantly, 25% faster run walk speed. At level 25, you can make the Edge rune word. This rune word has an insane amount of enhanced damage to undead and demons. I highly recommend making one so you can swap against appropriate monsters. The rune word also gives level 15 thorns. For the next rune word, everyone can say it with me: the Stealth Body Armor. It is a must-have for every single class. Now, for the first time in these guides, I'm going to highly recommend a crafted piece of gear. I will be doing a deep dive into crafting in a future video. So, for now, I will simply tell you what is required for this suggested item. You will need to have already gotten the Heroic Cube in Act 2. Once you have the cube, you will put 1 magic chain gloves, 1 Orc rune, 1 magic jewel, and 1 perfect sapphire into the cube. This will create a crafted pair of chain gloves that is guaranteed to have knockback. Knockback does exactly what it says. Your attacks have a chance of knocking non-boss monsters backwards. This is incredibly powerful for a ranged character like the Boazon. Last, the Lore Helm is the most solid helm choice at level 27. That wraps up the beginner guide for Amazon. If you enjoyed the video or found it informative, please leave a like and subscribe. I will be releasing many more guides and videos in preparation for Diablo 2 Resurrected. You can also catch me every day over at twitch.tv/the Duke of TBC. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.